let's see if this works.
Oh.
Okay, so I should now be streaming. Hopefully the audio balance is okay. Gonna have to check it manually now, because I have no idea. But yeah, okay, so we should be live. So hello, welcome back. Different stream setup to what we usually do because Google Hangouts was broken. So hopefully this works with no more technical difficulties because we're already 40 minutes late. And yeah, okay. You'll have to bear with me for a second, for like 2 more minutes, cause I do need to do a sound test. Okay, if everybody could just like say something that's more than a couple words so that I can hear. I do need to do a sound test. People saying stuff. Okay, if everybody could just
I will rip
like say something.
this man's guts out with my own bare hands.
People saying stuff.
I'm currently playing Animal Crossing Pocket Camp to pass the time.
Own bare hands.
I'm spending a lot of money. Not IRL money, but, you know, in-game money to try and get all this.
The C125 key. It's available on Amazon for $5, and you can buy it. And you can just go around unlocking people's phone boxes and everything else that you want. Key. It's
What's a phone box?
Sorry, not a phone box, like a door call box that they have in apartment complexes, and just let yourself in.
Oh, why would you do that?
Why
would you tell people? People could watch this.
I mean, I learned it from a video on YouTube.
Thanks.
Did you know that Sony Vegas is a fucking bitch?
Yes, video on YouTube.
Who is that?
Sony Vegas is my editing software. Did you know that Sony Vegas is a
You wouldn't
fucking
know her.
bitch?
She goes to another school.
Bad.
Well, she goes to another planet because my computer can't seem to talk to her. Very irritating.
Okay. I think everybody sounds good then.
When I go to PayPal and I have to do ad tracking information for invoices for digital things that aren't shipped, do I put in the order status shipped or order processed?
What?
I would say process, surely.
I don't know.
Because shipped implies, like, it was a physical thing.
Yeah, but then there's a little box that I can tick underneath that says tracking information not required.
Okay, I'm gonna stop streaming and then restart because. Okay, and we're live again. We just did an audio setup. I stopped the stream to cut it off for archiving purposes, and we should be good to start playing now. So.
Does anybody know what the abbreviation HI is?
No, sorry.
Nope.
I think it's Hawaii?
Maybe. If it's a state thing, then maybe. I don't know.
Interesting.
Okay, so welcome back to Drowned Rats, where we'll be drowning some rats.
Hopefully, the fuck not, you
will. This is a Burning Wheel campaign. Been playing for 3 sessions now, so this is session 4. Plus we did like two session zeros, so this is maybe actually like session 6 or 7, but
please, no one's gonna watch the session zeros.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, when last we left off, let's Let's see.
I
think Jen
I
did
did
it
the
last
summary
time.
last time. Yep.
Xerion, how about you do the recap, because it was mostly about your beliefs last week, I think.
Oh gosh. Okay. Let me go down and scroll to my notes section so I make everything perfectly clear.
Your non-existent notes section. You know.
There is a note section. How
Oh,
dare
okay.
you?
I'm just saying.
Okay, so y'all gathered in the glen over the hill to the meeting place of Torka's sister's captors, who turned out to be acquaintances of Edvard from his past, though we don't technically know that. Anyway, we let the deal go down. It was going good. They believed that Torka had willingly handed over all these supplies and that no one was there, and he ran away with his sister, which was good. And then we fired, well, or Odelle fired an arrow directly at the necromancer woman's chest, which unfortunately
Killing her
was
instantly.
which in a better universe would have killed her instantly. But in this universe, it unfortunately was reflected off, and we needed to deal with her the old-fashioned way. Before this encounter, however, I had attempted to cast a spell of like courage to give people more steel and such. I didn't know the effects because Will decided that we wouldn't roll for it if we didn't have to, which was fair enough. After we were done dealing with Necromancer Lady and like they had a zombie and such, and the other dude who was basically like the sniper of this dark group Lucian's character belonged to ran away. We tried to have like a funeral, and Romienji got into a confrontation with Edvard, and so did everyone else, kind of like, what the fuck is your name? Please just fucking tell us already, Jesus Christ. And Romienji got Edvard to pass out, which made him have to do like... by shoving a knife in his face, which made him apparently swoon, if I remember correctly. And then my spell needed to be tested. So I rolled my spell. I did not roll well. I accidentally didn't summon the demon that I wanted, and instead summoned a flaming, vengeful skeleton spirit, which crept out of Edvard's mouth upon him passing out, and decided to wreak havoc by burning down the forest.
Can I ask you a question here?
Yeah.
Okay. Will, were you looking at the list from the book
List?
when he rolled an unwanted
summoning?
Were
Yeah.
you reading the list from the book? Okay, because he didn't even roll a vengeful spirit. He rolled an imp.
He wouldn't have rolled an imp. I don't know what you list you're looking at.
It's the one in the Goldie book.
What page?
The fuck out of here. Ugh, disgusting. Hold on a second.
That's not a way to talk to your GM.
I'm sorry. I'm performing some minor exterminations. Ugh,
It turns out I was wrong, that it was meant to be an imp.
Fucking Florida. What? No, I just find it funny because, like, that means that this horrific thing that happened was only one imp.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I don't remember any reference to imps in gold.
We're sorcery.
Either way, I was using the slightly modified failure conditions that I've got on the wiki. So you rolled a 1 on the failure, which was unintended summoning on the wiki at least. And then you rolled, I think it was a 4 or 6 or something, which would have been a... Well, we can probably check it actually. Yeah, oh yeah, you rolled an 8, which if the ob had been higher for the original spell, then it would have summoned a more powerful demon. but
right,
because
we were
the
on
spell orb is like relatively low, the worst thing that you summoned was a ghost.
That's fine.
And
What did
then
you roll?
and then
Oh,
the
it was.
like interpretation of what that even means is kind of up to me, more or less.
Okay.
There's no specific rules on sort of what the spirit does after it's been summoned, which I think can throw some players or GMs off guard, because like it's possible if you read it like rules as written, it's possible to fail like an Ob1 spell and accidentally summon God.
Okay.
And I don't know what the hell. Like, that just ruins a campaign, basically.
Suppose, yeah, if you
If I
roll
summon God, I would
the
be very
2d6,
happy. How about that next time, not a ghost?
If you roll the 2d6, if you roll a 12, you get a chief deity.
Yeah.
Suppose. There we go. 511 is the page in the book. You rolled an 8, which is supposedly a minor corporeal spirit, like a lesser imp.
Right, yeah.
I just like the thought of like this horrific thing that happened is just the work of an imp. Like, it could have gone so much worse. This is the least amount of damage he could have possibly done.
Yeah, so I like bumped that 8 down to Restless Dead because the orb of the spell was not really high enough to justify an imp.
Okay.
Wait, is an imp worse? I thought an imp was like simple.
No, minor corporeal spirit's like more powerful than just a basic Restless Dead.
Okay, well, after the evil spirit started burning on the forest, we barely escaped with our lives as the rest of the forest was burnt to a crisp.
We were fine.
Astor is at this point freaking the fuck out because he thinks he may have killed some people.
Probably just...
Everyone is panicking. Romienji's just angry.
Pissed off.
So he takes me to like... He's pissed off that I basically just burnt down one of the only sources of wood and probably food for quite a while around. So he takes me to the mayor's office to basically deal with me and like, hey, this motherfucking arsonist is burning down all our food supply. What should we do with this criminal ass? To which Astor is very surprised because first of all, it was an unintended crime, and second of all, he just realized, wait a minute, I don't even know this fucker, and they're just ratting me out now. So there was a breakage of trust there, and now a scornful revenge is now in the works.
Scornful revenge.
No, essentially, Romienji legally owns me according to the mayor now.
Own you.
I would like to point out that, you know, if you shoot a gun in a random direction and the bullet hits somebody and kills them, regardless of whether or not you intended to hurt anybody, you're still responsible, right? Like, oh, well, I didn't mean to burn down the forest and potentially hundreds of animals within it. You did it anyway. You should be in jail.
There were like 3 different things that destroyed the intent in this process of the forest burning down.
Jail?
One, be casting a courage spell that resulted in something I didn't even know was possible in this fucking game. 2, it wasn't technically my fault for summoning a demon, because the demon just happened to be fire-based. That turned out it could burn down a forest. 3, an arsonist implies I did it on purpose. Which is the main thing he took Urk with.
Yeah,
so
basically.
I think after that, if I remember correctly, Astor went back to the church to speak with Odelle and some of the rat children. He found out a little bit about the old woman and the kind of like mythos/reality confusion around her story. Also, the exact ways she has died so far, which is stabbing, poison, well throwing, drowning, smashing, burning, and maybe one other question mark.
I think you mean Baba Yaga.
Baba
Yaga.
No, I think the others at that point, Romienji went back to the bar. So did Edvard. Odelle was in the church. I think that's it.
Yeah, I've had minor interactions.
Yeah, there were very small interactions, like Edvard refusing a drink from Romienji. Odelle talking to me and giving like, why don't you just fucking bury them? That would sound right.
Hey, I had great ideas.
It's a good idea. It's just it shouldn't be coming out of a nun's mouth.
I have brawling. I'm not a normal nun.
Yeah, she's a missionary.
Mm-hmm.
She's on a mission. Mission to fuck you up.
I thought you were just gonna end it with mission to fuck, and I'm like, I guess.
Cool.
It's not like I would be opposed.
Yeah, so
cracking her knuckles. Who's ready to talk about God?
Let's see. Yeah, so beliefs.
Beliefs?
Did people change beliefs at the end of last week? I can't remember.
I changed mine, but it was like 30 minutes ago.
Okay.
That's a lie. It was an hour and 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess if your beliefs have changed, then let's talk about them. Otherwise,
I'll talk about mine right now.
Sure.
As soon as I open up this page. Okay, belief number 3 and the special belief remain the same. So I gotta go to the dam and investigate it. I gotta share Acer's gifts by doing good things. Belief number 1 is now significantly longer. But it says, within the ruins of the below, I grew up in the whispers of the treasures hidden deep in the fallen city. The ancients' method of flights of creatures carrying men through the skies captured my dreams. I would give up anything to have such a creature for myself and never have to be under the earth again. Belief number 2 is, the town needs strong leadership in these troubled times. The group I've met seems capable and trustworthy. I must convince them to help me in ensuring Karamoth's survival.
Cool.
Those are the only 2 that have changed.
Yeah. All right. Astor, have any of yours changed?
All of mine have changed.
Okay, nice. Do you want to go through them then?
Okay, so belief number 1, let's rattle this one off. I dislike Romienji. I will not trust him with anything. All of his good intentions are facades to me, and I will not take any of their help. Belief number 2.
He's gonna die.
We'll kill Romienji, though.
We'll kill him.
The events of the past day have shown me how much I am lacking. To correct these shortcomings, I wish to learn more about the anima and death aspects, increase my magical control over the alignment. Belief number 3. I want to offer reparations to the town for the damage I have caused, whether this be by helping the forestry go or by helping its people in any way I can.
Okay. Interesting.
2 of our so far.
Have you kept a log of your previous beliefs?
No.
Okay, because I think there was a couple that you had before that you may eventually want to move back, because like stuff
I had
about.
one before, but the other 2 I'd completed because it was learn more about the old woman and help Torka.
Oh yeah.
And the other one was find out what Edvard's deal was, which I didn't complete, but I felt wouldn't be really,
I guess,
accessible.
Romienji is like overshadowed that a bit now
like
as well.
my interpersonal
I mean, it's good to
relationship was kind of a
have.
bit overwritten.
Yeah, it's good to have like an ebb and flow as well. If we keep picking up on Edvard, then it's probably gets a bit tiresome.
Probably not going to be fun for Lucian.
Yeah.
First of all, and second of all, it's going to be really tired. Us just all being angry all the time at Edvard because he won't tell us shit.
Cool.
Like, we've never revealed our fucking tragic past yet, and we're just like, hey, Edvard, how did your mother die, Edvard? What color were her eyes?
Romienji, has any of yours changed?
Yeah, so I finished the one with Edvard by getting his name. So I changed belief 2 to Astor's magic is a threat to this town. I will prevent him from using it.
I'm changing my one to will curse Romienji at any point with that.
Hey, I think this belief will do good things for us.
I guess between Astor's first belief and Romienji's Romienji's second belief, I was gonna say like there isn't much actionable for either of those, but probably just normal player interactions will result in something between those two. Cool. And then third one's the same by the looks of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Edvard, have any of yours changed?
Yes. So my first one is standard. My second one has a small addition. So I will proceed to accomplish my goals as long as no innocent blood is spilled, be it by my hands or by those whom I trust.
Okay, cool.
So essentially, this means that should any of the people that I may end up trusting in the party spill innocent blood, everything will die. Or
Yeah.
something along those lines.
Okay, yeah, so you can make that actionable when it looks like somebody else is about to spill innocent blood,
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Okay.
And my third belief, I am curious as to the state of Morwena's staff, as it is a powerful and dangerous artifact. I doubt mere flame would have destroyed it. I would like to attempt to retrieve whatever is left of it, as it may come in handy later on down the line.
Alright, cool. Alright, yeah, that's a good third one, I think. So, yeah, when like the very last thing that we did was people like settling down for the night. The first full day having now passed since the terrible events of the first session. So I think the night passes relatively uneventfully, though in somewhat certain levels of discomfort because of just being so crowded in with refugees and newly homeless people and so on and so forth.
I sleep on my boat.
I attempt to light the boat on fire.
Of course, no matter where you go, Romienji, you can never quite get a good night's sleep.
Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm a light sleeper.
Yeah, and then sort of next day, dawn breaks, people start to wake up and move about and make noise and make breakfast and so on and so forth, trying to rebuild their lives. So, who's where and who wants to do what first?
Good question.
Nobody rush in.
I think I'm gonna take. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Kelu.
I was gonna say I'm gonna take my boat into town and possibly collect people to go upriver.
Okay. Like party members or just anybody?
Yeah, party members.
Okay.
Party members, yeah.
Okay, I would like to trek my way out to the burning forest. Is it fully burnt down now?
Yeah,
Or
it's probably still hot, but
it's hot, but it's not
it's run its
blazing
course.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to trek my way out to the forest to see if I can find the clearing in amidst the incredible amount of charred wood and burnt ground.
Okay, you doing this sort of before the break of dawn then, like sneaking out,
Yeah.
or right?
Yeah, I'm sneaking out.
Okay.
Except I'm not really sneaking, I'm just walking, because it's... Who's going to be out at 2 o'clock in the morning? Or 5 o'clock in the morning, whatever time it is.
Okay. That's a suitable way to challenge that.
Observation?
Well, okay, so I guess, there's maybe a question of proximity, but, like, probably if anybody's going to have a chance to spot you, like, sneaking out or whatever, it would be Brian, because, Brian's character is a light sleeper and can make sort of passive perception tests. But then it's a question of, like, proximity and sort of whether Brian thinks he would.
Well,
I mean, I'm
Kelu
sleeping in the inn.
Yeah,
Kelu
I'm on
said
my
that
boat.
Kelu said he was taking his boat, so, but like, how early? Because if he was doing it early enough, he might catch him. Flopping around in the water.
I mean, I guess it's hard to sneak due to, like, the, splashing through the water and so on.
Well, I'm not splashing through the water. I'm walking over the bridges.
Yeah, I
Fucking
mean,
bridges.
at some point you will have to step into the water because the glade's off in a... Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll like, Brian, do you think Romienji would be in relative proximity to attempt to hear Edvard, or do you not care?
I mean, it's up. I'm gonna metagame and be like, Lucian, do you want me to go with you, possibly, to help? Lucian.
I'm mainly doing this on my own.
Right. Okay. So then, no.
Okay. In that case, I'll have to think of a different way to challenge you.
I'm up early because I get up with the sun.
That's true. We've established that you get up.
And I am looking through the building
before sunrise.
Before sunrise, to see who exactly may be where that we can offload from either the tavern or the temple to kind of ease the load a bit on space. I think I would be awake and up and about, and potentially.
No, I'd say that you're definitely awake because we've already established that.
I'm definitely awake.
So that definitely gives you an opportunity to spot Edvard.
Winks at Lulu.
Well, I think a stealth test would be in order.
All right, let's make a stealthy versus observation then.
All right, decide my ob because I don't have that open.
So I just roll a stealthy test.
Yeah. So it would. Do you have stealthy?
I have it in being learned.
Okay. Yeah. So if you just roll that
with no modifiers or anything.
Yeah, against ob. If you just put ob 0, basically.
Yeah. Actually, because it's dark and I'm wearing dark clothing, could I get a modifier for that?
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I think you would get a bonus dice for the darkness.
Okay.
Would he get a penalty for it being difficult terrain conditions?
No, but I'll say that like Odelle, you would get a bonus because you have large ears, so you would hear
I
him
do have large
splashing
ears.
through the water.
Nice.
So even if you don't see him, you'll maybe hear him better.
Okay.
Okay, so that's one modifier.
And are either of you spending Arta before
I have
we
no
roll?
Arta to spend.
Oh,
I
okay.
only have fate.
Rip.
I have no persona.
All right.
Are we both just rolling right now?
Yeah, basically, it's a versus test.
There you go.
Ooh.
Mm.
Okay. I need to add observation. And that's based on perception, I'm assuming.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so your large ears give you +1 die.
Okay. And I shouldn't have any penalties for low lit areas because I have tunnel vision, right?
Yeah, that's true, actually. I suppose that means that Lucian probably shouldn't have had the bonus dice, but oh well.
My one modifier. I'm not spending any persona either.
Mm-hmm. Oof.
Ooh.
Oof.
Yep.
Okay, so
Sorry, Jen. Looks like you're not hearing me.
so Lucian, you can mark a test towards being learned stealthy.
Lulu, I'm not going to lie. I do this just to annoy you. I knew you didn't want a fucking test.
What does it look like? Like, how do you...
I would say I'm out here looking into these like buildings and trying to like peek into using my small size, peek into this rubble, see what's there, see what's not. And much like as you see the camera kind of shift, like where Odelle steps into like the like darkened recesses of a half collapsed building, you see Lulu on the opposite side trying to sneakily slosh his way over. I like tumble a few rocks and it like covers the sound of him accidentally like dipping his feet in a little puddle that's a little bit too deep. He's but it's covered up by the sound of falling rubble, and we just pass by two ships in the night.
Cool. Okay, yeah, so Lucian, or Edvard is heading towards this glade, and I think I established last session that it's about a half-hour walk away, at least through the water. So probably by the time you arrive, it's getting towards, like, the sun is rising.
Right.
But nobody really knows or cares that you're gone as they're waking up. And who knows, maybe people don't get up immediately as soon as dawn rises.
Indeed.
Yeah, okay, so you start trekking up the hill then. And yeah, there's like ash and hot embers and so on still smoldering in various places.
Yeah.
I think probably not enough to like cause you too much concern. But probably by the time you do get back to where the glade was, you like your wet trousers are steaming.
Lovely. So essentially, I've gotten a free dry off.
Yeah.
Steam clean.
He's wearing some hot pants.
Yeah, and I guess you find the cave mouth. You find Morwena's like charred remains kneeling outside the cave mouth. Her armor and bones are like the only parts that really remain. But the armor is like completely
blackened and
blackened. Yeah. I don't think the fire's got hot enough to like melt the metal, but it's probably like more damaged than it was before, at least.
Right.
Yeah, and there's the cave mouth where you remember Odelle set the zombie and the staff alight.
Right. Hold on. You said Morwena was kneeling.
Yeah, like she fell to her knees after getting shot by an arrow.
I thought she fell lying down.
Maybe. She's in whatever position she was in prior. She's not moved. I'm not trying to pull one over.
I'm poking holes in your story, Will. No, I'm waiting for Morwena to just get up and face me and go,
dancing. Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime girl.
Yeah, I'm not trying to pull one over on you. She's very crispy.
Dead. She's very dead. Okay. I would like to enter the cave.
Why did you have to make that sound sexy? I enter the cave.
I would like to enter
this
the
one
cave.
This one has the charred remains of a zombie and a bear in it, but some caves.
Okay, anyway. Yes, I would like to enter the cave.
Okay. Yeah, so I think you find the remains of this zombie, also charred to pieces, probably in an even worse state than Morwena, and there is, as you predicted, the snake-headed staff still intact, covered in soot, but not really damaged at all.
Mm-hmm. I will pick up the staff. How long is the staff?
It's about it's like a wizard staff, so like longer than a walking stick. But like probably no taller than you are in total.
So it's about 6'2".
No taller than you. So it may be like 6 foot maximum, maybe.
6 foot maximum. What's the smallest the staff could be?
All right, we'll say it's 5'7".
5'7".
And I think as soon as you touch it, you said you picked it up, right?
I said I picked it up, yes.
Yeah.
But also note that I am wearing gloves.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
So I think as soon as you touch it, Romienji, you're like jolted awake by this like tug at your consciousness.
Oh, great.
Which you don't really... You may not really understand the significance... Like, your character may not fully understand the significance of it, but...
Yeah.
I will say to you, as a player, you have the choice now to, like, relinquish control of it. In which case, that sort of just lets Edvard take it and take possession of it. Or you can make a versus will test and contest control of the staff.
Let's do a versus test.
Nice.
Excuse me.
He's dead! You've killed Will instead of Lulu!
It was a will test. You're testing against Will. You've just
Oh, fuck, you're right.
Okay, so yeah, Edvard and Romienji, just both roll your will, and this is just seeing who gets the highest number of dice, or successes, rather.
Op 0.
Yeah, we can retroactively work out what the difficulty is once you get successes.
Okay. Wow. I'm still sleepy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Ken.
It's fine.
Okay,
I'm still...
do I roll will?
Yeah, you
Will?
still need to roll. Yeah. You could get 0 successes. It is possible.
I've done that on like 8 guys.
I'm waiting for this.
I have no modifiers for this, right?
Yeah.
Just fucking roll it!
Yeah. Base ob is 1.
Yeah.
2.
Just
2.
about.
Just
about.
What was that about how you were so sorry? You barely fucking made it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would have been routine for both of you, so neither of
Actually-
you marked the test.
Yeah.
Will, can I use a fate to explode my 6 on that?
Why? Why would you
It won't do anything.
It won't matter.
Like, you
so
won,
I'm still sleepy,
yeah,
and I'm just
fine.
like, I turn over in my sleep and I relinquish control.
Fine.
Remember, we don't test if it's not necessary.
Yeah. Okay. So, Edvard, when you take control of this, let's see. Let me just double check how it works.
Blech.
Bless
blessing upon you.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yes, okay, yeah, so there's no immediate loss of a test for anything.
you. You did that with me.
Yeah. Yeah, this
Oh
is
my God,
slightly different situation now, so there's no test
right.
loss.
Its hunger has been sated.
Gasp.
Maybe it's sentient.
Okay, so you've got this staff now.
Yeah.
You can add it to your inventory, I guess, if you want.
Zombie stuff.
What... Do you do anything else while you're there, or do you just start heading back now?
I
mean, you were asking how long it was.
Is a charred pile of dust at this point.
Yeah, everything in this glade is dead, basically, except you.
Right. How dead is the bear?
Also dead.
We burned it the fuck alive. What do you mean how
As
dead?
in,
It was dead when we
it's a
got it.
pile of bones at this point.
Are you gonna become like that Louisiana bone stealer lady?
Take one single rat bone and sell it on Fantasy Etsy for 1,000 fantasy bucks.
But like the bear is just a pile of bones at this point, right?
Well, it's a pile of ash, yeah, same as the zombie.
Okay.
Everything got burnt, remember?
But Morwenna is a pile of bones.
Of like ash covered bones, yeah. Morwenna was fresher than the zombie and the bear.
Morwenna also is in an open space and not in an
Is
enclosed
Morwenna's
one.
skull intact?
Oh my god.
What the fuck do you
Die
think
of
you're
fate.
doing exactly?
Sure.
Oh my
Morwenna's
God.
skull is intact.
It's the
I
most
would
perfect
like to pick
choice.
up and take with me Morwenna's skull.
Okay.
Hello, why do you think I'm the suspicious one? He's going around stealing skulls. Probably gonna put Swarovski. Swarovski? Yeah, that's how you say that. There's crystal things on it.
Swarovski?
Swarovski, is that how you say it?
I think so.
It's a weird name. Anyway, those things.
Okay. So let's jump back to town then for a minute. So Odelle, you're up and about. What did you say you're doing? Examining buildings so that you can offload some refugees, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I might see if I can try to convince a couple of people to help me look as well.
Okay. So it's like, yeah, I think that there's a lot of wreckage and rubble still like floating around town. There's that like denser like black substance that's like creeping beneath the water level. And yeah, you're like looking around for buildings and just like any remaining standing structures, beams of wood, shafts of metal, etc. So I think this is a pretty valid intent. This is basically trying to make life a bit easier for the people who are still alive in the town. And you have a belief written about this, so yeah, let's call it an OB1 survival test, so looking for basic shelter. But then with a +1 additional complication because you're doing it for multiple people.
Okay. Oh, you said this was survival, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I already opened survival.
Yeah, you're working towards it.
I'm working on it. Okay. No modifiers, and I have an additional complication.
Yeah, and so I think success here is that you, like over the course of the morning, let's say, you're able to find some good spots, some foundations that are still not washed away, and you're able to like set up some makeshift sort of A-roofs and stuff like that. Nice, you did it.
4, 4, 4, 3, 4.
Yeah, I was going to say if you failed, then you're out of luck, and people will have to keep putting up with cramped
People
conditions.
will starve.
Okay, yeah. So over the course of the morning, you find some locations which have shelter in them.
Nice. It's conveniently close to the tavern. and 2.
I mean, it's throughout the town, I think.
Dang it.
There were, some of the buildings in the town were slightly better built than others. So it's just kind of potluck to a degree. But you can use their remaining, some of their remains to like make new nests and so on.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess whilst Odelle is busy doing that, the rest of you wake up and start your day. Astor, what are you up to?
Oh boy. So, I've been reading up on alignment testing and how to actually do that. So, I think the thing I want to actually do is not that, but instead head towards the burnt down forest because I want to try and connect with a spirit of anima for a new spell.
Okay.
Now, the spell rules in the Burning Wheel, like Golden Edition book, I don't think are like the way that you're doing it.
No.
The way
No.
that you
Yeah.
said
So
you were
my
doing it
rules, my conjuration rules, are like a mix of 2 spell systems. So it's half the normal sorcery and it's half summoning. From
Right,
the
okay.
Codex, which I don't think you have.
No, I do not.
There is a copy. I did put a copy of the summoning rules on Discord at some point, but by and large, just go off what I've put on the wiki, I guess.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So, what have you been?
I was reading the Gold Edition rule set for things, but I presume it's not going to be like that. It's going to be the one that you said previously, where I would need to do it over a course of like a specific amount of time. But I would like it for story's sake to be that I initially connect with it at the burnt down forest.
Yeah. So we can do this sort of over the course of several tests, or possibly several sessions. Just so we're clear, you're looking to summon a new spirit rather than trying to improve your affiliation. Is that right?
Yes. So this is a spell that I want to eventually use to try and regrow the forest that I burnt down.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
at least,
So.
like,
So that would basically involve like old world summoning, so just summoning a normal spirit to try and persuade them to do a thing for you.
Okay.
Which means like if this is a one-time thing, then you could just kind of treat it that way, get the spirit to do the thing for you that you want them to do, and then leave it at that. If you want to like eventually turn that into a standardized spell, then that would take more time and more tests and so on and so forth, probably.
Is there a way I can like not throw away the effort I made in the initial like asking the spirit for help kind of thing, so it would count towards learning overall spell, but I could still get the initial effect out of it?
Yeah. So like,
Like I asked them for help once, so I learned their name, but I don't have the ability to call them until
so
more
like,
tests are made.
like I guess it's a, it's sort of, I guess to be clear on sort of what spells even are, like the spell is just a shortcut really. It's a hotkey for
Hey,
getting.
yo, I know your name. Please come and help me now.
Yeah, like
Hey, thanks.
you can, like at the end of the day, whether you call it casting a spell or summoning a spirit, like you're doing the same thing. So that one-off effect, or what you think is just going to be like a one-time, hey, can you help regrow this forest? If it turns out you have to do that, like, in the future you have to do that again sometime or whatever, then eventually, you could come to some kind of agreement with the spirit about standardizing this effect, so that they do it every time or whatever. I think, again, like, try not to get too caught up in the mechanics.
Yeah, just kind of go from organic.
And like, treat spells as NPCs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that case, then,
Go with your Kokoro.
Before I make my way there, can I do some research into what the true name of a forest spirit may be?
Potentially, the question that I was about to ask was sort of in that vein, in like what access to researching that kind of thing do you think you have?
So, I think I definitely have something with ancient languages and illumination. But what I think I would probably be rolling would be research skill.
Yeah, in terms of what you're testing, it would definitely be research, but like you need access to like books or lore or something that would tell you, like, you can't just spontaneously
maybe I could
research
find something at the church. That's what I mean. Like, I'm already there technically because I think I ended off there with Odelle. I didn't really explicitly say I was sleeping anywhere, so I presume I just stayed in the church.
Okay, yeah.
So maybe I could ask like members of the clergy if they have any reading material on like anima spirits, considering they are kind of a healing based church. That is 14 other. There are 14 other rat children I helped rescue.
Okay, so I think this would be like where you would use circles normally.
Okay.
But you don't really have. It's unlikely, I think, that you would have any connections with these people.
Yeah.
Remind me again, actually, why is Astor even here?
Okay, so he from university wanted to, after researching and learning some obscure history about the Wheel of Resurrection, wanted to try and recreate its effects. So he's gone to essentially here to try and find remnants of the wheel in order to further his knowledge about it and like see if anyone knows anything about it. So he's in this town now, like looking around for clues, and then all this shit went down.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think you would have the ability to really like properly ask these people around you for favors.
Okay.
But maybe you know somebody who could.
Oh. Odelle! Hello, remember me?
What? I'm outside.
Screams. No. I go
You
looking
wake
for
up
Odelle.
every single person.
Can I make a... Yeah, I don't need to make a circle test to find another...
No. So, but you... Yeah, so the thing that I'm hinting at there is you can get other characters to do circles tests for you. But then you have to persuade them yourself.
So, presumably I have gone outside and found Odelle.
Sure, yeah. So she's working on these like shelters and stuff.
I'm doing good in my community. What the fuck are you doing?
Hi, remember me from yesterday? Just kind of look at Odelle, looking for any vague semblance that she knows who I am.
No.
Oh.
I'm just joking. It's a nun joke.
Okay.
Not a joke.
No nuns joke that often, but okay.
You have to be a nun to get it.
Okay. I was wondering if you could help me with some research into summoning for me. I'm trying to correct my mistakes. And I was wondering if you could ask some of the clergy around to see if they have any reading material on animate spirits that might help me repair the forest.
Well, that sounds like a great idea. Of course I'll help you.
So much.
Okay. So I'm rolling circles then.
Yeah. I guess this can happen whilst you're working on this shelter building stuff, because I guess you're just like directing him to somebody else that you know.
Right. Yes. Okay. So my circles is a B2.
Okay.
But I have an affiliation with a church.
Yes.
Okay. And Xerion can help me, right?
No, Seraaron can't help you because he doesn't have any circles in this. Yeah.
I'm an unsocial hermit research.
Can I get the nuns to help me?
No, because you're circling up the nuns basically.
I could be circling up a not nun. Someone who's just attached to the clergy.
Yeah, but they'd still be like this is basically determining whether the local church is big enough to even have a theologian or an archivist or whatever. So let's see. So you share a setting with them, but I think it is like it is a specific occupation, and this is quite a small town. It would be I think it would be unusual for a town of this size to have any like extensive bibliography in its coffers or whatever. So I'm gonna say this is an OB 4 circles test.
Woof. Okay. An OB 4 circle. Can't really fork anything else into it.
Yeah, you've got your church affiliation.
If this person existed, would they have a reputation for being the only one in the town? Perhaps they're a little bit eccentric. An infamous reputation. Found wandering the library in the streets of the city at all times of the night, occasionally falling into the river in the middle. This is why you don't read when you walk.
Yeah, okay, so if this person... Yeah, okay, alright.
His name is Roman.
So if they do exist...
Right.
Then yeah, they would have a reputation as being like the only archivist in the region. So I think with that in mind then, yeah, I'll give you the bonus dice. But I'll change the failure condition.
Oh, no.
So I was gonna say failure is just that they don't exist.
Oh no, it's was.
But I think failure now, more interesting failure now is, yes, they do exist, but they're not in Caramore. They're not in the town. The church has like subsidiaries elsewhere in the valley, and there is a library further up the river where this person is.
Okay. So it's still findable, just not here.
Not immediate. Yeah.
Okay. We can work with this. Okay. So that's a new modifier, though, right? So it's two
Yeah, so
modifiers?
it's ob 4 and you're rolling 4 dice, I guess.
Okay. Lesson to learn here, kids. You can use other people's reputations against them.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. You just have to work for it. Alright. You know what? Why the fuck? I'm gonna dump 2 persona into this. This is all the persona I have. We better not get into a fight.
Oh dear.
It's fine. You said it was 4,
to stop
right?
me burning down another
Yeah.
forest.
Yeah.
Or at least if I do, I have an immediate solution.
Oh, bitch, yes.
Nice.
Nice.
Do I get anything extra if I roll those 6s?
No, you're already above the ob, so you will get a bonus dice to circling this person up again in the future.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, what's this person called?
Roman.
Roman? All right,
No, I'm not calling him Romienji. No, he's too close to Romienji.
Okay, yeah.
They are
But yeah,
called
you can add them to your circles list.
Romienji.
Hey, I'm not taking, that's a stupid name. Shut the fuck up. Their
Yeah.
name is Tellus.
All right, you can add that to your circles list with a permanent +1 die.
Un segundo, as I maneuver my way over there.
Cool.
Okay,
And
circles.
mark that difficult circles test.
Yeah, I did.
All right. Yeah. So I guess what do
circle
you
them again?
say? Yeah, +1 for the. If you ever have to circle them again, you'll get a +1 dice.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what do you say to Astor?
I tell him, oh, now that I think about it, there's this lovely, dear old man that we have in town. I believe his name is Tellus. I could have sworn I just saw him somewhere around. As I look around the particular scenery and I spot a familiar-looking, hunched-over old man carrying several scrolls, reading a couple of them at the same time. It seems on top of one of the roofs of the ruined buildings. Just there's no entry, right? There's no exit. It's just this basically pile of rubble that looks totally unclimbable. But there is just this little old rodent man just crouched on top with a bunch of soggy scrolls mumbling to himself. And I go, Tellus! Tellus, down here!
And he twitches his ears in your direction and then looks and you hear him sort of grumbling and oh, what?
That's magic whistle to get his attention.
Stop.
No.
Does anyone still have that forged scroll?
Yes, I got all the scrolls. I picked up all of them. Also, speaking of
One day
which,
you're
what-
just gonna try and use it and you'll fail because it's forged.
No,
You
I
won't
know
know
that
it.
it's forged.
No,
I was the one
it's
who
so
helped
well
warn him.
forged that you won't notice that you were the one who forged. Actually, no, I was the one who forged it.
Yes,
And
but I
listen,
helped.
that might legitimately be a thing. Okay.
That's fine.
Mhm.
Anyway, back on to slightly more urgent issues. Why is the old man up the top of the tower, Odelle?
Oh, he's always getting into weird places. Like, oh, this is no. One time, it was the middle of the night. There was this festival going on. I don't even think he noticed, but he was busy trying to get, I believe, the library ready for students, I believe, who were going to stop by at some point. It's the middle of the night. He had no clue where he was going. All we hear over all the hubbub is just the loudest crash and splash and just, I'm drowning, help, help. And we look over and he's just like hip deep in like the shores of the river. He lost his mind. It was so funny. It was a little sad, but he's fine.
Okay.
Good luck. I leave.
Okay, Astor just kind of snickers at that while Odelle leaves. And as he's wondering how to like get up onto the rubble, he briefly considers magic and then just tears that out of his head. I'm
mean,
going to
like,
attempt
look,
to climb up the rubble.
A big pile of rubble to like road in is probably like a medium-sized pile of rubble.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna just climb the rubble then.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's this old man, Tellus, as Jen described him, and yeah, as you're like clambering up, he says, "How can I help you, young man?"
Oh, hello there, good sir. I heard from my acquaintance Odelle that you're an archivist. I was wondering if you could help me with some research. I'm a student.
Ah. Always good to help those in need of learning.
Oh, good. I'm glad that you think the same as me. I was looking for a way to find the true name of a forest spirit, so that I might learn how to summon one.
He like strokes his mustaches.
His long wooden mustache.
His
Yeah.
mustaches?
His multiple
Several.
mustache. His mustache eye.
I mean, they have whiskers, so they probably have several.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, Will. When you said, ah, and then stopped, I thought you were just gonna leave it there.
Yeah, I
Left
was
the pause, just that little bit too long.
Careful. Whoa, guys, careful. Don't speak at the same time, remember. It echoes like crazy.
Yeah.
I think it gives this stream real personality.
Yeah, let's think. Yeah, I think he like looks down at this tome that he's got in his lap and says, well, there's nothing in this one about that sort of stuff. We'd have to go back to the church.
Did he just throw it in the water?
No.
Damn it.
Burns it.
He's an archivist, Jen. He's not just like...
I've got
crazy.
this one memorized now.
He's fucking crazy, though.
He just throws it and it hits a rodent child that gets knocked into the river. Well, best be on our way.
Yeah, and he says, why the interest, though?
I wish to learn how to further my knowledge and control of the anima and death aspects of magic. I've seen myself to be moderately lacking these days, and I don't want any more mistakes.
And he like looks you up and down through sort of squinting eyes and says, you're not a member of the church, are you?
No, sir, I'm not.
But you're magically inclined, I take.
Yes.
Interesting. Well, church doesn't usually sanction outsiders taking knowledge, but given the circumstances and your friendship with Odelle, I think we can make a certain exception.
We're not friends.
He doesn't know that.
A life spirit, you say?
Yes.
And what purpose do you have for this spirit?
I wish for it to be able to regrow that which has perished, such as the forest that recently burnt down.
A forest recently burnt down?
I just kind of gesture to the Glen Hill that looks like a smoldering pile of ash.
Oh my goodness! This is terrible!
Please.
He's just been through a flood, Xerion. Don't make him go through a burning as well.
Can we give
The
like
poor
humor
man will
points?
have a heart attack.
Yeah.
Can we give humor points to our GM? Does that work?
Yeah. You get
can,
2
yeah.
Artha for that. You can't spend it in any way, shape, or form. But
No,
there
you
go.
can. You can actually award Arta to NPCs.
Oh, is that so? Yeah, can
That's
we award
actually a
Artha?
rule that we usually skip because it usually doesn't come up. But yeah.
I
Oh,
like
yeah,
this old
sure.
man.
You know what? I think we should make a new house rule, actually. That if Will does a really good funny, he gets to add Artha to just a generalized GM pool that he can use on any NPC he wants to like increase their roll if he really wants it. So that if we're bullshitting too hard, he can use the Artha pool that's accumulated from the funnies over the like cast sessions to stop it.
Strictly speaking, I do kind of already do something like that.
Oh my god.
Like,
Reveal.
sometimes NPCs just like don't get much use, and so I'll transfer Arta between them. But yeah. Anyway, if I make a character sheet for this fellow, then I'll give him a fate. Yeah, I think after some sort of chatting and trying to figure out, he's trying to like get a read on you, I guess. And once he's sort of happy to show you some things, you like help him down off the rocks and start heading back towards the church.
Okay.
Romienji, what are you up to?
Well, I am taking my boat upstream, and I'm gonna look for Astor because he's coming with me to accompany me on my trip.
Okay.
Okay, so this is
Yeah, so I guess
something
as
that I
you're-
would actually like to play into now. So
As you're passing, you see each other.
No.
No?
This is the new thing. So, I thought this might happen. So, as my hung anima spell for the day, I'm going to basically, flash back to this last night or this morning or whatever one you want. So that I change my face. So I do not look like the same person I looked like yesterday. I'm looking for the spell now.
then Odelle wouldn't have recognized you.
Oh shit, you're right. I can't do it.
Dun dun dun! You fooled yourself.
I played myself. God damn it! I've also just said that I used my spell slot for that, so that's there.
Womp womp.
I think you could retcon that one.
No, I'm not. I'm not letting my own foolishness. Look, Astor would have planned that no matter what, so that is his thing for today, his hung action.
Okay. I
but
mean,
yeah,
you could still use it later, but yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah.
why I'm like saying, okay, I'm not pulling out on this bullshit. That's his hung action. Anyway, so we see each other. Let's see what goes down.
god. Are you still up on the roof, or are you down now?
Yeah, so they're like wading through, heading towards the church now, I guess.
Right. So we spot each other, and I kind of give him a little bit of a stare down, and then I gesture to my boat and I say, "Get in."
I see that he has noticed me. I ignore him.
I throw my oar at his head.
I continue walking.
I growl and get out of my boat and stomp over to him and attempt to grab his arm and pull him with me.
The old man is still right next to me, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're kind
We're
of
just
like,
walking down
you're
from
trying to
the
lead him towards
Okay.
the church, right? So, yeah, I mean, you get grabbed by the arm.
I see we're gonna have a problem here. What do you want? Exactly.
If you recall, you're now under my custody. So whatever I'm saying, you follow.
You know what, that sounds like a great idea.
Good, then let's go.
Only problem with it, I'm kind of already busy with something. Something that you'd probably be okay with, actually. Gonna go research some magic for a life spirit so that I can, regrow the forest.
No,
If you
no,
don't want
no.
that,
No
fine.
more magic. No more magic. Your magic is a threat to this town, and whatever you have planned, I am not on board with it.
I just kind of look to Talos and go like, can I find you another time? Apparently I need to go do something else.
What's this all about, Sonny?
You're acquainted with the rules of summoning, I presume, as an archivist at least, somewhat.
Yes, I'm not a gifted per se, but I know some of the methodology.
Yesterday I tried to save someone's sister, and I cast a spell that would give us more grit and give us more courage in our time of need against people that threaten the safety of this town and some people's lives. Fortunately, I didn't summon the correct spirit while doing so, and I unleashed a malevolent one near the forest, and it ended up burning the forest down.
The forest burnt down.
I gesture again to the ash. Yes, the forest is gone. The forest burned down.
Oh no!
How many humor points can one person get in a session?
Like one.
Astor just kind of like puts his head in his hands for a second. Just kind of, okay, I'll find you later. Okay?
Okay.
Is that all right?
Bye.
Goodbye. I just kind of like turn him to the correct direction of the church before he just starts wandering off with a scroll. Right. Okay. Yes. I'm doing whatever you're doing now.
Good. Do you have your things with you? We're going to Polnagollum.
You know what? No, I need to get some stuff from the church. I left a lot of my belongings there. Can I meet up with you later?
Fine. I'll be waiting outside.
Outside where?
The church.
Yeah. So presumably Talos is going towards the church, right?
Yeah.
Is he enters before I get in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I enter the doors. Romienji's just outside. Go up to Talos. Hey, change of plans. Actually, I have some free time. So if you could just show me those books you were talking about earlier about those records, just like super quick. That'd be great. Your fucking move, Kelu.
Sorry, what? My mom came in. What?
Oh god, yes. So I went into the church. Now I'm talking to Tellus to tell him to show me the books real quick.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna think about that for a second.
What was the question?
Oh, just what Talus's response will be.
Oh, okay.
Whether maybe a falsehood test needs to be made. Edvard, you're probably back in town at this point.
Maybe.
Unless you're not heading back into town after picking up the staff.
I have a few things that I need to collect from my inn room, so I probably headed back in.
Okay. So we'll say that, like, as Astor is heading back into the church, you see sort of Romienji with this boat, floating it along in the shallows, like, I don't know, waving his fist or something in Astor's general direction as he's entering the church.
You see an oar go.
One day, Astor.
You see an oar flying towards Astor.
I have enough
It
time
clangs
to
against the door as it closes.
And you probably also see Odelle around somewhere as well. So, is there anything to be said there as you're, like, walking past each other, I guess?
I bend
Do you still have the staff on you, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still
Okay.
have the staff on me.
Yeah.
I also still have Morwenna's skull on me.
Yeah.
It's just like out in the open. What the fuck are you doing? You're in a town.
No, it's in a satchel.
Okay. So you're just holding it. I killed her.
No.
The witch is dead. Got these cool ruby slippers, too.
Yes, I just walk into town, strut into this devastation in 6-inch heel ruby slippers. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh my
God,
God.
no.
I'll get you, Astor. You and your little cleric, too.
God.
Okay, no. So I bend over the rail next to Romienji's boat, and I look down and I say, "Having trouble, little friend?" And I smile smugly.
Smugly. You smug.
Do you do anything that isn't smuggling?
Smugly. And I turn to Edward and I sneer and say, "I'm afraid that that's none of your business." I'm gonna play the same card that he did to me.
Well, that's a shame. I wish I could help. I really do. But I really fancy myself a drink right now. And I walk off towards the...
Wait. Do I notice the staff?
Unless you're doing
strapped
something
across
to
my
obscure it.
back.
Right, okay. Yeah,
Right.
you would see it then, for sure.
Right. So I'm gonna reach out an arm as he's going past and grab like the back of his shirt and say, "What are you doing with that?"
With what?
You know what I'm talking about. Don't play dumb.
I really don't. You hurt my feelings, darling.
You're gonna get
Romienji
murdered.
raises a brow at that.
He's gonna kill you.
He then pulls on the shirt so that he. Oh God.
Romienji killed upon impact.
Sorry.
That's
Knock
okay.
on my door. What was I saying? Oh yeah, gonna pull on his shirt so that he comes closer. And then grab the staff off of his back.
Before that happens, can I just go... That's expensive Japanese linen, darling.
Japanese.
don't
There's no
kill.
Shut
Japanese.
the fuck up!
Just don't.
It's
It's not even soft.
No. That's expensive Yoljan and linen, darling. Please don't pull on it.
It's not even soft. Sometimes things that are more expensive
Or
are
worse.
or
worse.
worse.
That's it. Every single picture from now on that I ever draw Lulu's character in, I'm gonna give him freckles.
God.
I mean, he does technically have freckles, so...
I have never fucking heard that ever.
Okay.
I mean, I never really mentioned it because it's such a small detail.
That sounds like a
Yeah.
lie.
To translate, Lucian made it up just now, and he's trying to play it up like he
Yeah,
did.
he's got a medic. Yeah.
All right.
Listen, we've known this guy.
Anyway,
Right?
Yeah. So I don't think there's any way to like lie through this. Like Romienji knows that staff, undoubtedly.
Oh, I'm not lying. I'm just avoiding the truth.
Yeah. Romienji, you're trying to grab it, right?
yes.
So presumably, Edvard, you wanna stop
Yeah.
Romienji from grabbing it.
Just like sidestep or just move.
I already have a
out of the-
hold of you.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but you have a hold of my shirt, not of the staff.
Yeah. I mean, so we this sounds like some sort of test is in order.
Speed test.
Power test.
Speed
Probably
test?
not. Either like so, speed would be like if you're just gonna run away, I guess.
I'm gonna book it.
Alternatively, an agility test to like try and. Actually, we could say it's like a speed test for you to dodge out the way fast enough, and an agility test for Romienji to just grab the staff.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could like go to a full brawl, like a proper wrestling.
Brawl.
Like you both like fall. Well, or that might be. Yeah. Okay. This is what I'll say. Right. So Romienji make an agility test. Edvard make a speed test, and if it's a draw,
Okay.
we'll go to a full-on brawl, and you'll both be like wrestling in the mud.
Because Romienji is in a boat at the moment.
No,
does
he like got out to go and talk to Astor. Remember?
No,
Yeah.
he said he was still in the boat.
No, he said he threw
Like,
the
Kelu
ore
said-
initially and then got out to go.
Yeah,
and
I
talk
was
to him.
out
'cause he
and I
had to
grabbed
grab
his
me.
arm.
Yeah.
Remember, I grabbed his arm to stop
But
him.
I thought you said that you were still in a boat as you were watching them go to the church.
No.
No,
I said I'm stood
like the
outside
boat is
the church.
around. It's like a
Okay.
skiff.
Boat is
It's like a
around.
big boat. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're
Um,
outside the
advantages
church and
and
we're just gonna wrestle.
disadvantages do we
yeah,
get?
sounds like it. Just wrestling on the steps
Wanna
of the
wrestle,
church.
motherfucker? Under the eyes of God himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think does that sound good for both of you?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna
victory
can
and
I
failure,
like fork
it's pretty-
in brawling?
Yeah, so
Can
this
you
is just a
fork in
standard
brawling to
stat.
agility?
This is
yeah,
just a
this
standard test.
standard stat test. So you can't brawl, unfortunately.
Dang it. Okay.
Okay, are we gonna do...
So you're
is it
rolling
gonna
speed.
Be... Okay.
Yeah, because you're just trying to
Zero
dodge out the way, like, whereas Romienji's trying to like
Arthur,
grab
the staff.
the staff. Yeah.
base obstacle 0.
Okay.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, and so nice. Yeah, I was about to say, so the orb is 3 for you here, Romienji, but you would need 4 successes to win, because otherwise it would go to a draw. Okay, yeah, so you win. What does that mean? So for Lucian, mark a difficult speed test. And Romienji, mark a... Yeah, also a difficult agility test.
Okay.
So what does this look like? You win.
I win.
Yeah.
I win.
Wait.
So, I've
What
still got a
happened?
hold of his.
You're grabbing the staff, but it's still strapped to my back.
Yeah, so I've got a hold of his fancy shirt, and he's trying to like tug away from me and like sidestep me, but I am like grasping his shirt, and then I go in and grab the staff, and as I do it, I yank super hard on it, and he's trying to pull away, and as he pulls away, I unfasten it, and I
Hold on, no, are we in this situation? Are you just trying to grab the staff, or are you trying to take the staff?
I'm taking it.
Yeah, he's taking the staff. I thought that was pretty obvious in the intent.
I think the true question
No, I thought
is are they humans or dancers?
No, I thought the test was to see if he could actually put a hand on the staff in the first place.
Oh no, you don't need a test for that. Like this is like, do you
this is to determine
avoid
intent.
this? Yeah, this is do you avoid having the staff stolen from you? Does Romienji get the staff? Like that's what the test was.
Mm-hmm. So I take it, I unfasten it, and
yeah, Romienji now has the
let
staff.
go
like, that's the
let go of him as soon as I grab the staff and get a hold of it.
Okay, what happens
and then
when
he falls in the
grabs
dirt?
The staff? I don't fall in the dirt.
Surprise.
I'm not that ungrateful.
Yeah, what happens when Romienji grabs it? I guess technically there should be another will test.
Okay.
Unless you're, yeah, like as soon as you realize, Lucian or Edvard, that Romienji has now a hold of the staff, there's a similar sort of tug at your consciousness that Romienji felt earlier, except you're more aware of it now because you're like awake and it's just happening in front of you. Presumably this would actually, I guess, but potentially the situation hasn't changed enough to really warrant a new will test. I mean, actually, maybe that's a question. That's a question for the staff has changed hands again, but the intent. Let me ask Brian. Like, do you actually want the staff back for yourself, or are you just trying to remove the possession from him?
I'm just trying to get it away so that I can like burn it again.
Okay, so you do want it for yourself in order to destroy it.
Yes.
Okay. Let's make another will test then.
Okay.
But this, unless something else, like you can't just keep handing the staff back and forwards between each other to like mine will tests.
Yeah.
So like you'll have to. The situation would have to drastically change after this for another one to be warranted, I think.
Right.
Okay. I just keep getting...
Oh.
Okay, so Romienji marks a... Oh, wait. Yeah, you both have 1 6.
We both got 6s.
Currently,
That's the tiebreaker, isn't it?
Well, okay, so currently Lucian as the defender, you will win by default.
Right.
Well, I thought Romienji was a defender because Lucian's trying to take it back, but Romienji already has it.
No, no.
This
is about this is not who's literally holding the staff. This is who like mentally owns it.
Oh man, okay.
Yeah. So Lucian still currently mentally owns the staff.
Right. So can I roll a fate to try and mentally?
Yeah,
own it,
you can spend a fate to roll
I would
that
also
6.
like to spend a fate to see if I can.
Okay.
Okay. So then I would put a fate in
into will, yeah.
Into will, okay.
And let's see, 4 against ob 3. That would be a difficult will test. But only routine for Lucian.
So is it open dice or normal dice?
Yeah, open dice.
Open dice, okay. 1.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay, so Romienji definitively owns the staff now.
Come on.
Mine. So that would be a difficult will test for me.
Guys, let's not continue to shit on Lulu. That would just make the whole session. We can't continue to shit on Lulu.
Okay, let's
He's the one
take
who
a break
smugly
there.
went up to me.
That's true. Let's take a break there.
Okay.
And we'll figure out what's happening next shortly.
Okay.